Hello Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Today we're going to be taking a look at your karmic past, what karmic contracts or karmic lessons that you need to learn during this lifetime, what you could pay attention to help grow past those karmic behaviors, patterns, beliefs. Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. What past life energy do the earth signs need to be aware of? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. All right, you have cards jumping all over the place. So we have number 30, Warriors of Light, and we also have the water element, emotional well-being. This card popped up for another sign as well. A lot of you guys need to also practice grounding, as you are an earth sign, so you will need to be grounding more in order for you to make the most effort in your day connecting with that earth element, especially if you have like a lot of earth energy in your chart, or we're coming to a full moon or new moon that's with earth energy. That would be a really good time for you to tap into that. With this card, as a spiritual warrior, you have to understand that you kind of fight as one. There's not just you. You're not the only one who has to struggle. You're not the only one who has been through the type of things that you went through and made it and survived. Stop alienating yourself. Come back out into the world. In a way, this sword is cutting through illusion. It also stands for justice and balancing karma. So I feel like earth signs, a lot of you guys have had to do some heavy karmic balancing from your past life. And this is a total, you're creating such a new thing. I keep hearing the song by Drake in my head, started from the bottom, now we here. So that tells me that a lot of times you guys felt like you were at the bottom or you hit rock bottom, but you came up. Every time you came up with the Ace of Swords, with the Warriors of Light. That's the thing. Anytime you were put down, it was only to strengthen the person in which you are becoming. Because many of you are warriors. Many of you have been on a real battlefield. What karmic lessons do the earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, need to be aware of or get through? So we have the moon. So this means you need to be paying attention to, see, this is the same thing. So not only do you have emotional well-being, you have the moon, which talks about feelings. So something about your feelings and emotions this particular lifetime play a big role in your healing and your expansion and the revolution. Like this life, it's like this lifetime you were meant to do something important, rather as last lifetime you were meant to go through something important. It's like the next step, I suppose, to the type of evolution and transformation that you would need. And the first three cards that we have already, earth signs, talk about your emotions. So what's going on there with your emotions that are tied to the past, that are tied to your karma? Messages for the earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo about past life healing, past life karma. All right, earth signs, the first card that you have is the card of wisdom. This talks about learning. And then at the bottom of the deck, you have the card loss, lack, fear, victimization. So as it relates to the type of healing that you need to be doing at this time, it is that emotional healing. Because a lot of you, like I said, have hit rock bottom. You have card number 34. This is about loss. This is about lack. This is about what you didn't have. This is about the fear. This is about the anxiety, the stress, the depression that came to you at a age in which you were still developing developing your emotional well-being. So that tells me anywhere from the ages of 3 to probably about 28, in which you had a lot of different changes and transformations that really shook up the core of your emotional well-being to the point in which you choose not to think about what your emotions and feelings are, because every time you get into this space, it puts you back here in this lack and loss. Let's clarify that lack and loss, because though there is that, you also have the card of wisdom. So what learning lessons have you gathered? What valuable skills have you learned throughout this lifetime and journey? What wisdom do you carry? What wisdom is ancestrally passed down to you? Clarify card number 34 with loss and lack. That's that root chakra energy too. Earth signs, like I said, you guys need to be grounding. Lock and last, anxiety and fear. These are feelings that are created within the root chakra due to not having enough, feeling like you are enough, feeling like you can be enough, or even wanting to be enough. Clarify loss and lack for the earth signs. Okay, earth signs, so you have the Empress here. The Empress with the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Swords. So there's something about a truth that needs to be revealed too, because you have the Ace of Swords, which looks exactly like this Warrior of Light, where there's a sword emerging. These cards look exactly the same, earth signs. And you had the Empress and the Knight of Wands that came out with that. So again, the Knight of Wands is the fastest knight in the deck. So with that coming out with the Empress, there was a very quickly made decision, or quickly happened transformation that really shook up your life, that had something to do with a woman. And it could be even the mother, because you do have the Empress. This could be a baby mother for some of you guys too, but it is definitely a feminine archetype because we have the Empress. And again too, working with the Venus energy, because here you have the Venus energy with the feminine energy. So there's also the needing to balance the feminine energy. A lot of you guys have been too much in the masculine energy, not understanding that you were created of both, so you have both inside of you. That is why you are created by man and woman, so you can have both masculine and feminine energy. Some have more than others, some have less than others, but whatever the balance is for you is a balance that you need to work on creating and understanding who you are and what different cycles that you go through. And during those cycles, what is required more? Your feminine energy, where you're nurturing, you're creating, or your masculine energy, where you're much into the hard work and the dedication that is needed to overcome obstacles and create change. And to you, one of those may sound better than the other, but it is a balance that you must have, or you'll be right back here learning the same lessons. You have the Three of Swords, tragedy. I feel like you've been struck by tragedy too many times, and that's what caused the loss and the lack, and the feeling like you're not enough or do not have enough. I'm getting something maybe potentially about the number 3 too, because you have 3 with the Empress, 3 with the Three of Swords, 3 with the 34, 3 with 30 with this card here. There's lots of 3s. I keep hearing this song in my head. I cannot remember the name. It's like a Holy Grail. Who makes that song? Okay, look, y'all, don't make fun of me. I can't sing, but it goes like, it's amazing that I'm in this place with you. Something, 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 something. Like, I'm not even singing it right. Let me just It's like one day you tell me you love, the next day you're so cold. Someday you're here, some days you're there, so unfair. So that could have been too. It's like some of you guys had an emotional connection with someone, and sometimes they were there and sometimes they weren't there, and that really affected you emotionally. So this could be a relationship or a family member where they were kind of in and out of your life, and that did not give you the emotional stability that you needed, or something happened, tragedy struck because you got that Three of Swords, and your emotional well-being has been shook after that. But what you don't know is that whoever that person is, with this dog card, you were sent different guides. You may even relate to a spiritual animal on the totem. Like you may have found a dog or a cat or a familiar, because you have this card here, the card of the dog. The card of the dog is about loyalty. And you have both card 18 and 19. So they came out in order. Card number 19 is about the tower in a way too. And this tower is different than the tower that's in your normal tarot, because this is more like being able to see it from a different perspective. So this loss and this lack from either past life or your past early life in this lifetime is something that you'll have to learn to see from a different perspective, from a higher perspective. What, like I said, what did you learn? What valuable skills did you teach yourself because of this event that occurred that put you in this loss and lack? Because when we're in that feeling, we make quick decisions in which could be life-altering. What life-altering decision do you need to make at this current time? That's something for you to think about, Earth signs. I really hope that this message resonated with you. Thank you for allowing me to give you this reading.